Good morning, Leela, Sheel. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Okay, so we'll just wait for another minute and we'll be starting. Today's topic is JIPMER and NEET PG PSM question revision. Where we had left last yesterday morning, uske kuch sawal bache the, so we'll be discussing that, and I've added a few questions from last year JIPMER papers as well, which have been asked in your MCQs, and they cover a lot of biostats question today. We are going to do 2 or 3 very important biostats question today, जो JIPMER NEET PG सब में आता है. ठीक है, तो हम 1 मिनट और देते हैं for some more students to join in. Is that okay with everyone? Give me a thumbs up if it's okay with everyone. Okay, so we'll just wait for another 1 minute. Good morning, Shashank. Hope everybody is safe and healthy and happy at home. Take care of your health. Okay. Good morning, Akshay. We'll just wait for another 30 seconds. Good morning, Shikha. Great to see all of you here. Great. Okay, I hope all of you have had your breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. Okay, never miss it. Great. Okay. Good morning. Yeah, Leela is also there. Yes. Okay, so I think we'll start now. So today, as I told you, we are having JIPMER and NEET PG PSM questions, quick revision. बहुत important questions आज discuss करेंगे, and also some of the important biostats one. Okay, this is a new slide that I have added. You can find me the plus courses that I'm running is MCQ Marathon for FMG that's going on from 15th to 20th. This is the link of it. I'm starting a capsule course on PSM from 25th. Good morning, Athira and Ashwin. We'll just be starting in another 30 seconds. The link for it is provided here. You can enroll for the crash course. Use my code of Dr. Neha 10 and avail 10% discount. Entire PSM is going to be covered in just 3 months with everything, questionnaire and all. Okay, Shikha, you can do one thing. You can please share me your WhatsApp number. Currently, I will share the link with you on WhatsApp quickly right now only, and you can share the link with your friends. Yes, or even the link could be copy pasted from there. Good morning, Vaishali. Good morning, Ashwin. ठीक है, Shikha. So you have my number. You can just send me a WhatsApp message. I'll send you the link ASAP. ठीक है? And I am giving out free sessions usually at 10 a.m. in the morning, and YouTube sessions will be starting soon. Good morning, Likith, from 6 to 9 p.m. You can follow Unacademy Educators on YouTube. Click on the bell icon also. And for my crash course, for my MCQs course, yes, Shikha, अपना number भेज मेरे number पे you can just send me a hi message, and I will send you the link of the question or link of the class today. Just send me a hi message on the number that I shared yesterday. Okay, so shall we start now? The first question of the day. Please later on have a look at this slide also. ठीक है? चलो. Okay, so okay. Now, this is a purely JIPMER question, but sample size is a very important question जो आता है, ठीक है? So let us first start the poll. All right. ठीक है, start polling. Meanwhile, Shikha, you can send me your number, or you can send me a message on my WhatsApp number. You have my number, Shikha? Okay, so just send me a message quickly. I'll send you the link. Okay, good morning, Khushbu. All right, so I see that 71% of you have got this answer correct. So this is a very important topic, and all of us need to understand this. Okay, so let's start the discussion with sample size. Okay, chalo. So the topic, the answer to this is reduce to 1/4. कैसे? अभी बताती हूँ आपको. ठीक है? Ritu, good morning. Lavan, good morning. Chalo. So now we are starting with the first question. Those who have just joined, the question of the day is, what happens to minimum sample size when range of allowable error is doubled? Okay. Sample size is a question which is definitely going to come in a lot of your big examination like AIMS PG and JIPMER. And for NEET PG, simple sa question aata hai on sample size. Either you can get to calculate um, or a question like this. ठीक है? So what exactly is sample size? देखो guys, we have a lot of study designs. ठीक है? Shika, when you send me the message, just ping me here itself, put in the comment section. Okay, till then I'll start with the discussion. Okay, so now our topic is sample size. There are a lot of study designs. ठीक है? Cross sectional, case control, cohort, RCT. सबका तरीका होता है to calculate sample size. But the most commonly used study designs जो हम लोग करते हैं is a cross sectional study design. ठीक है? So you must know. Good morning Divya, Sanjana, Maithili, Nagarjuna, Vikas. Good to see all of you here. Okay, so जो मोस्ट कॉमन स्टडी डिजाइन्स होता है, गीतांजलि, आदिल, सचिन, ज्योति, गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है? So I'll just repeat the question once again. The first question of the day is, what happens to minimum sample size when range of allowable error is doubled? ठीक है? चलो. So the most common sample study design जो हम लोग use करते हैं is cross sectional. Okay, what is the formula for that sample size design? Good morning, Bhavika. Very good, Leela Krishna. It is 4pq upon d square. Now, can anybody write in the comment section below what is p? What is p? Any one of you? Can you put in the comment section below what is p? P is anybody. What do you understand by P? Good morning, Shivangi. Proportion, or good morning, Niveta. The thing is, this is known as prevalence. ठीक है? Now let me put out a question for you or an example for you. Suppose we want to find out the prevalence of, say, hypertension among elderly, okay, residing in an urban slum. ठीक है? Suppose I want to find out the prevalence of hypertension among elderly who are residing in an urban slum. Okay, I want you to calculate the sample size for that particular example. ठीक है? Are you with me? Is everybody with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. Good to see all of you joining. Really glad. Thank you so much. Keep coming to these free sessions. I hope I'll be able to help you learn a lot of questions and help you clear your examinations. चलो, ठीक है. सो अगर मैंने आपको एक क्वेश्चन दिया है प्रेवलेंस ऑफ हाइपरटेंशन, या हमें कैलकुलेट करना है प्रेवलेंस ऑफ हाइपरटेंशन अमंग एल्डरली रिसाइडिंग इन एन अर्बन स्लम. ओके, योर टीचर आस्क्स यू और दे गिव यू अ क्वेश्चन दैट कैलकुलेट्स द रिक्वायर्ड सैंपल साइज फॉर द सेम. So now, what is the sample size? The formula 4pq by d square. P is the prevalence. Prevalence in earlier studies. ठीक है? Earlier studies में जहाँ पे भी हमने, good morning Dr. Dalip, she is my mother, happy to see you. Okay, so prevalence जो हमारे previous studies में हुआ है of hypertension among elderly, ठीक है, वो हम calculate करेंगे from previous studies. Okay, suppose that is say 20%. In the formula, in the question, you will be given this value of prevalence. Is it clear to you? Okay, so the prevalence in previous studies is say 20%. So your formula becomes 4 into 20 into Q. What is Q? Q is 100 minus 20 divided by D square. What is this D, guys? This is the absolute error जो अभी हमारे question में पूछा गया है. ठीक है? So that is 4 into 20 into 80 upon D square is usually we keep it as 5%, the error that we can allow. All right, so this is just an example that suppose you've been asked to calculate sample size for a particular question and you've been provided the prevalence in a previous study which is say 10% of say hypertension. What is the required sample size? So you will take this formula and calculate it. You will be given both P and you will also be given the value of D. ठीक है? Yes, Rajveer, any problem? Now come to this question. Minimum sample size when range of allowable error is doubled. ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे हम सैंपल साइज का फॉर्मूला लिखते हैं, थैंक यू शिखा, विच इज 4pq अपॉन d स्क्वायर. ठीक है, अभी हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, दैट वी आर डबलिंग our allowable error. That means what are we doing? 4pq by 2d whole square. Is it clear to each one of you? So इसमें से एक चीज तो निकल के आ गई, that sample size is inversely proportional to d square. Please increase. What have you written? Preeti, I can't see. Please increase the font size. Okay, sure Preeti, I will keep that in mind. Okay. Alright, so एक चीज इससे निकल के आ गई है, that the sample size is inversely proportional to d square. अभी मैंने d को डबल कर दिया है, so if you put it over here, that means 2d whole square. That means ये कितना हो गया, 2 into 2. So this becomes 1/4. Is it clear to each one of you? How did sample size? I'll tell you confidence level also. Give me a thumbs up if you're able to get the answer to this question. ठीक है, this is a very basic and a very simple question. I'll add a new slide and make you understand that एक बार फिर से. ठीक है, sample size का formula होता है 4 into PQ by D square. Whether it's FMG, whether it's NEET PG, whether it's AIMS, whether it's JIPMA, this formula cannot be forgotten by any one of you. There are two ways by which you will be asked a question. पहला तरीका, they will ask you to calculate the sample size. Okay, they will give you the prevalence will be provided. Okay, will be provided, and the allowable error d will be provided to you, which is usually 5%. तो आपको simply इस formula में लिखना है 4 into p into whatever is given. q is 100 minus p divided by whatever d is given, say 5 into 5. Or you will get a question like we just did, कि अगर हम allowable error को twice करते हैं तो sample size कितना हो जाएगा? It will be 4 into p into q upon 2d whole square. So this is 2 into 2. So sample size is inversely proportional to allowable error. So it becomes 1/4. Is it clear to everybody? Can we move to the next question? Okay. All right. So we are moving to the next question. Next question. Chalo, very important question. I'm starting the poll now. Read it very carefully and then give me your answer. Okay, so the poll has started. Diagnostic power of a test is reflected by. Come on, guys. You shouldn't get this wrong. This is a very important question. Okay, I see that you're not able to mark the correct answer to this. Try again. 15 seconds are there. I am asking you, diagnostic power of a test is reflected by. Okay, I can see that a lot of you are not able to answer this question. Okay. Okay, so let us go to the answer of this question. देखो, there are three important terminologies when it comes to screening test. Okay, अभी हम पूछ रहे हैं diagnostic power of a test. That is given by predictive value. Now let me explain you how. The chapter of screening. Okay, उसमें we need to understand a few terms. Sensitivity. Are you familiar with these terms? Give me a thumbs up if you're familiar with these terms. Sensitivity, specificity, and not just positive. We want to do predictive values. Okay, so are you familiar with these terms? Now let us start. Okay, what is sensitivity? Very important. What do you mean by sensitivity? Dekho, sensitivity is nothing but ability of a test, okay, to identify correctly, okay, all those who have the disease. Okay, what does this mean? This tells you, are you with me? This tells you the true positives. Okay, ability of a screening test to identify correctly all those who have the disease. कितनों को disease है, एक screening test हमें sensitivity of a screening test ये बताता है. Okay, let me first put down the definitions for you so that you will understand it even more clearly. Specificity क्या होता है? The ability of a screening test, okay, to identify correctly okay, to identify correctly all those who do not have the disease. Now is it clear? Do not have the disease matlab specificity tells us about the true negatives. Okay, now come to the most important part. What is positive predictive value? What are these predictive values? They reflect the diagnostic power of a test. इसका मतलब क्या होता है ना, स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट जितनों में पॉजिटिव आया, आई रिपीट दिस इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो, लिसन टू दिस वेरी केयरफुली, स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट जितनों में पॉजिटिव आया उनमें से एक्चुअली कितनों को डिजीज है इज रिफ्लेक्टेड बाय दीज पॉजिटिव प्रिडिक्टिव वैल्यू. स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट जितनों में नेगेटिव आया उसमें से एक्चुअली कितनों को डिजीज नहीं है इज रिफ्लेक्टेड बाय नेगेटिव प्रिडिक्टिव वैल्यू. डू यू नाउ अंडरस्टैंड इट? ऑलराइट, पॉजिटिव प्रिडिक्टिव वैल्यू मीन्स, okay, positive predictive value means those, yes, Jitu, any doubt if you have, put in the comment section below, I'll be happy to answer. Okay, those who have screening test positive, how many actually have the disease, how many actually out of them have the disease, okay, have the disease is reflected by positive predictive value. Okay, let me add a slide. And negative predictive value क्या होता है? Negative predictive value क्या होता है? Okay, so negative predictive value होता है कि out of all those, okay, out of all those who were tested negative by, listen to this very carefully, read this very carefully, negative by a screening test, how many, okay, actually do not have the disease is reflected by negative predictive value. समझ में आया? स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट उनको नेगेटिव बताया था बट एक्चुअली उनमें डिजीज है या नहीं इज रिफ्लेक्टेड बाय नेगेटिव प्रेडिक्टिव वैल्यू. स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट उनको पॉजिटिव बताया था बट एक्चुअली उनमें डिजीज है या नहीं is reflected by positive predictive value. Therefore, the diagnostic power of a test, please pay very clear attention to this. The diagnostic power of a test is given by what? It is given by the predictive values. Now do you understand it? If you've understood this, I'll give you an example also to look at the formula. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, Dikshant, you want to ask something, you can put in the comment section below. Dekho, again I will tell you. Jaise ELISA is a screening test for HIV. Is it okay? So jitno mein ELISA will actually give me true positive or true negative. ELISA will actually come positive in some people, it will come negative in some people. Now ELISA जिनमें positive आया है उनमें actually कितनों को disease है, okay, is reflected by another test, okay, which will indicate the positive predictive value. Okay, so this is how it goes. Now let us quickly draw a diagram to make you all understand this. Okay, whenever the screening ka question comes, you have to know the formula of sensitivity, specificity, predictive values, and the definition. Okay, so we are done with the definition. Now let us try and see the formula for it. So I've told you, जब भी question आएगा disease, risk factor, something, put the disease on the column side. ऊपर के side में लिखो. So the disease will either be present or absent. ठीक है? Is it clear to everybody? Okay, and here you will put your screening test result. तो screening test result तुम्हारा क्या होगा? Either it will be positive or it will be negative. Are you with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me, if you're getting this table. All right. Okay, so the outcome will either be there or it will not be there. So disease will be present or it will be absent. Screening test result तुम्हारा left hand side में आ जाएगा positive or negative. ठीक है? So now this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. This is A plus B, this is C plus D. ठीक है? Now tell me what is A? A is screening test जिनमें disease present है, screening test also comes positive. Okay, so A is nothing but true positive. Very good, Mudita. It is true positive. Okay, all those who have the disease, the screening test has also come positive in there. Okay, what is D, guys? What is D, guys? Can anybody tell me? So A is true पॉजिटिव, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. डी तुम्हारा क्या हो जाता है? डी इज योर ट्रू नेगेटिव. ओके, ट्रू नेगेटिव मतलब जिनमें डिजीज नहीं है एंड माय स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट आल्सो कम्स टू बी नेगेटिव. ऑलराइट, सो दैट इज ट्रू नेगेटिव. वेरी गुड. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय बी? बी क्या है? देखो मेरे में डिजीज नहीं है बट स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट कम्स पॉजिटिव, सो इट्स वेरी ऑब्वियस. Very good. It is FP, false positive. And what is C? C को अगर आप देखो disease present है but screening test has come negative, so it is false negative. Is this much clear to you? Give me a thumbs up if this much A B C D का option तुमको clear है. Okay. Now the second part of the MCQ, they always ask you to write about the formula. ठीक है? So what is the formula of sensitivity? If you remember, or if you remember the definition, what is sensitivity? The ability of a screening test to identify correctly all those who have the disease. So कितने में disease है? A. Screening test जिनमें positive आया है A. Very good. So it will be what? The ability of a screening test to identify correctly all those who have the disease. Yes. So what will it be? Are you sure? All those who have the disease, उसमें से कितने upon A plus C into 100. ठीक है? And what is specificity? It is the ability of a screening test to identify correctly all those who do not have the disease. ठीक है? What have you written? True. Yes, exactly. ठीक है? So इसका दूसरा वे कैसे लिखोगे? True positive plus false negative. ठीक है? And what is specificity? The ability of a screening test to identify correctly all those who do not have the disease. So D upon true negatives plus false positive, or you can say B plus D. Into 100 is very, very important. ठीक है? So you need to know the formulas for sensitivity. You need to know the formulas for your specificity and predictive value. Is it clear to everybody? Do you understand the definition of sensitivity, specificity and predictive values? Sensitivity मतलब होता है ability to identify correctly all those who have the disease. Specificity means ability to identify correctly all those who do not have the disease. That means the true negatives. And पॉजिटिव प्रेडिक्टिव वैल्यू मतलब होता है जिनमें डिजीज पॉजिटिव आया है एक्चुअली उनमें कितनों में डिजीज है इज गिवन बाय पॉजिटिव प्रेडिक्टिव वैल्यू, और जिनमें डिजीज तुम्हारा स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट नेगेटिव आया है उनमें एक्चुअली कितनों में डिजीज नहीं है इज गिवन बाय नेगेटिव प्रेडिक्टिव वैल्यू. ओके, सो कैन वी मूव टू दिस नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन? Give me a thumbs up if we can move to this next question. Give me a thumbs up. I just get a few thumbs up. Okay. Chalo. Now this is a very important topic. Randomization is done to eliminate. Very, very important. Start your poll. Randomization is done to eliminate. This is very, very important topic. So let's see how many of you get it right. Okay. So I can see still some of you are not being able to answer it. Randomization is done to eliminate. Okay, so 64% of you have got it. 62%. चलो ठीक है. Are you aware of this term randomization? किस study design में use होता है? Put in the comment section below. Randomization किस study design में use होता है? Mostly किस study design में हम इसकी बात करते हैं? Clinical trials, randomized control trials, which is experiment. Very good, Leela Krishna, Gaurav, Akshay, most of you know it. It is experimental or interventional study design. ठीक है? So randomization is done to eliminate both selection bias and confounding. ठीक है? Let us have a look. Okay, before we understand the topic of randomization, here comes one more MCQ. इसको solve करो, then we will try and understand the meaning of randomization. चलो, start polling. Randomization refers to number 1, unequal and unknown chance, equal and unknown chance, equal and known chance, unequal and equal chance. Unknown and equal chance. This is a favorite MCQ which most of you are getting wrong. I'll make you understand this topic very nicely. Don't worry. ठीक है, रैंडमाइजेशन हम क्यों करते हैं, दिमाग में लाओ, क्यों करते हैं रैंडमाइजेशन? केस कंट्रोल स्टडीज में हम क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम आती है जिसकी वजह से हम रैंडमाइजेशन करते हैं? ओके, सो आई सी दैट मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव गॉट इट रॉन्ग. ठीक है, द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस इज randomization refers to equal and known chance. Now let me make you understand the topic of randomization. Take one minute. I'm writing down a definition for you. Read it, try to understand that, you will get the gist of it. Okay, so randomization is a statistical procedure. All right, are you with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. By which participants, great, happy to know, by which participants are allocated, okay, into either of two groups. ठीक है, what are those two groups? They are experimental, okay, experimental group, ठीक है, in which intervention, ठीक है, in which intervention is given, and reference group, ठीक है, in which intervention is not given. Yes, placebo हम यूज करते हैं दीपू in a clinical trial. ठीक है, that when we study phases of clinical trial, I'll tell you. अभी let's concentrate on randomization. It's a must know MCQ और question आएगा ही आएगा. ठीक है, so randomization मैंने क्या लिखा? It is a statistical procedure by which participants are allocated into either of two groups, experimental group in which intervention is given, and a reference group जिसमें आप intervention नहीं देते हो. अब ये कैसे allocate होते हैं? That is the question. They are allocated randomly, okay, by lottery method, by a table of random numbers. Okay, so they are allocated randomly. I as an investigator or you as an investigator will not be aware, or you will not be knowing कि किसको क्या ग्रुप में एलोकेशन मिल रहा है. Therefore, one problem, which is selection bias, okay, which is seen with a case control study, which is a problem with a case control study, is eliminated by this method of randomization. Are you clear so far? Give me a thumbs up if you are clear so far. ठीक है, did you understand this? Randomization मतलब हुआ, it's a statistical procedure by which participants are allocated into either of the two groups. Experimental group जिसमें intervention दे रहे हैं, and a reference group जिसमें हम intervention नहीं दे रहे. Any doubt guys? Put in the comment section below. ठीक है, when we do a, yes Dikshant, you can ask your doubt in the comment section below. जब हम केस कंट्रोल स्टडी करते हैं, there is a problem of selection bias. We can select our cases according to the result we want, but in randomization the participants are being picked up by, say, a table of random numbers, lottery method. उनको पर्ची उठाना होता है, and accordingly they are allocated into groups. So that eliminates the problem of number one, selection bias. ठीक है, it eliminates selection bias. Now come to the second part of the MCQ. What was written? It was written confounding. How many of you are aware of this term confounding? If you're aware of the term confounding, put in the comment section below. Just gives a thumbs up. ठीक है, confounding क्या होता है या confounders क्या होता है? ठीक है, confounders are those variables, okay, that are distributed unequally in our study groups. Okay, suppose we want to study the relationship of smoking and lung cancer. Okay, what happens in this? In this, alcohol becomes a confounder. How is alcohol? Yes, case control study mein there is another bias, Atul, recall bias. We'll be discussing recall. We'll be discussing these bias also. Yes, Leela Krishna, what is your confusion? Please put in the comment section below. ठीक है, as of now just remember कि जब हमें पढ़ना है smoking and lung cancer, alcohol becomes a confounder in that. How is alcohol a confounder in that? Because alcohol is also associated with, is independently can be a risk factor of lung cancer, and it is also associated with smoking. It is assumed कि जो लोग smoke करते हैं वो पीते भी हैं, ठीक है? So confounders are those variables which are associated with the exposure, number one. Okay, they are associated with exposure. Okay, they are associated with exposure, and they are also independent risk factors, okay, for the disease or the outcome that. Okay, you said confounder is a confusion. Yes, very good, Leela. ठीक है, this let me put a new slide for you. ठीक है, हमने क्या पढ़ा? Confounders. ठीक है, confounders क्या होते हैं? They are independently associated with the outcome. Okay, independently associated with outcome. Okay, or they are independently a risk factor for the outcome, and they are also associated with exposure. ठीक है? So now these confounders, they hamper the results of our study. इसीलिए हमें इन confounders को eliminate करना पड़ता है, ठीक है? जब आप के and these confounders, please remember, are distributed unequally. I do not know कितना क्या कैसे, ठीक है? So these confounders are distributed unequally between exposure and outcome groups. Okay, so they are distributed unequally. So we need to eliminate these confounders. There are a lot of ways to eliminate them. एक होता है case control study में, जिसमें the thing is called as matching. Have you heard of this term? Please put it in the comment section below. This is a potential MCQ. It comes as matching is adopted in which study design. Okay, so it is case control study design to eliminate confounders. But matching के साथ problem क्या है? What is the problem with matching? You can only match those variables which you are aware of that they are confounders. You can match for age, you can match for sex, you can match for socioeconomic status, you can match for religion. जो आप जानते हो will affect the result of your study. Are you getting it? Give me a thumbs up if you got this concept. Okay, so matching is adopted only for the known confounders. Is it clear to each one of you? However, there are other confounders जो visible नहीं है in a study design. I cannot see those confounders. I do not know those confounders. They will also affect the outcome of my study. ठीक है? उन confounders को eliminate करने के लिए the best method is randomization. All right, now do you get it? Now are you clear with this concept of randomization? There are certain known confounders which can be eliminated by a process called as matching, which is done in a case control study design. Example, you match for age, you match for sex, you match for religion, socioeconomic status, so on and so forth. But there are still other factors or variables or confounders which are not distributed equally or they are not known to us. उनको eliminate करने के लिए the thing is randomization. Now is it clear to all of you? Okay, that is why randomization helps us to eliminate number one selection bias. और जब वो selection bias को eliminate करता है, it ensures another thing, comparability. So if that is given in your option, that is also a right answer. ठीक है? So those who are having any doubt, you can put in the comment section below. यहाँ पे मैं एक बार last time लिख देती हूँ आपके लिए कि yes Raja, any doubt? Please put in the comment section. Randomization eliminates number one selection bias. Be with me. Read the slide carefully and ensures comparability. ठीक है guys? Okay, first point, is it clear? Thumbs up please. And second point, it removes confounders, even those confounders which are not known to us. ठीक है? Confounders को remove करने के बहुत सारे तरीके होते हैं. Randomization matching, stratification. Okay, all these are what? All these are ways to remove confounders. ठीक है, but what is the best way to remove confounders? It is randomization. Randomization में भी बहुत सारे methods होते हैं, lottery methods, chit method, coin method, table of random numbers. Which is the best method for randomization? The best method for randomization is best done by table of random numbers. Okay, so a very good, Leela Krishna, table of random numbers. So look how many MCQs we have answered. ठीक है, now if we go back to these MCQs एक बार, यहाँ पे देखो, randomization refers to, this was not answered yet. Randomization में हमने दो ग्रुप में डिवाइड किया and we ensure that everybody gets an equal and no chance of being allocated into either of the group. Okay, this point is very important. कोई भी बंदा या बंदी आपके पास आएगी, हर अगर 100 लोग आ रहे हैं, everybody has an equal and known chance of being allocated into either of the groups, either the interventional group or the reference group. Okay, that is what is ensured by randomization. Is it clear to each one of you? Is it clear to each one of you? Give me a thumbs up if it is clear to each one of you. Very good, very good, very good, excellent. Can we go to the next question? Okay, last एक MCQ में randomization का यहाँ insert करना चाहूंगी because I didn't do it earlier. Okay, when is randomization done? Now मैंने तुमको बोला it's done in a randomized control trial, but the question here is कौन से step में करते हो? Okay, when is the randomization done? Number one, first option is while selecting participants. ठीक है, while selecting participants, जब हम participants select कर रहे हैं, okay, you actually, you know, you when you're selecting participants, तब हम नहीं करते हैं, you're not doing it, you are actually doing randomization when you are allocating them into two groups. Okay, now is it clear? Now this topic of randomization is clear to you so that we can move forward. Give me a thumbs up if this topic is clear to you. क्या क्या जानना है? Definition, कब randomization किस step में करते हैं, when you are actually allocating them into intervention group and reference group, which is the best method of randomization, table of random numbers. Randomization means that each participant gets an equal and known chance of being allocated into the two groups. Then you must know about methods of randomization, eliminates selection bias, ensures comparability, and removes confounders. Okay, so this was a very important topic. Let's go to the next MCQ. Okay, this is a very simple MCQ and nothing to explain much in this. Just give me the correct answer to this. Glucose is used in ORS. Repeated question है. Communicable disease से बहुत बार आता है. Very good. 92% of you get it right. Still 8% have got it wrong. अब 13% की गलत हो गए answer. But still remember, glucose is used in ORS to increase the sodium absorption. ठीक है? All right, great. Okay, so let's cut short the poll because we might run out of time. Okay, all right. So the correct answer to this is glucose is used in ORS to increase sodium absorption. Just for your quick revision, I have given the composition of ORS here in grams and millimole per liters. ये तुमको आना चाहिए, ठीक है? ये एग्जाम में पूछते हैं. So what are the constituents of ORS? Let's quickly read. NaCl, potassium chloride, sodium citrate, glucose. ठीक है? ये don't mess up with these levels. ठीक है, with these grams, कितना ग्राम है? NaCl is 2.6 gram, KCl is 1.5 grams, sodium citrate is 2.9 grams, glucose is 13.5 grams, and also we have it in composition in millimoles. ये भी आपसे पूछा जाता है. So what is the total weight of glucose? Of ORS 20.5 grams, and in millimole it is 245 millimole per liter. Is it clear? Give me a thumbs up if this is clear to you. Okay. All right, all right. Okay, look over here. Glucose itself promotes diarrhea. Still, it is added to ORS to ensure that sodium का absorption absorb होता है. ठीक है? And दूसरे subjects में medicine में you can be asked through which mechanism it works. So it works through SGLT1. Please remember that this is not a PSM question as such, but you can still be asked in your medicine or something. Yes, very good, Nitin. Okay, so this is about glucose. Now, can somebody tell me what is Risomal? What is the full form of this? Can anybody tell me? Just give me the full form and we'll move to the next question. Anybody? This form of ORS is for which children especially? Very good, Zaira. Malnourished child. Okay, so Risomal is rehydrated solution for malnourished children. समझ में आया? This could also be asked to you. All right. Now, very important chapter of biostats is here. A very important question is here. Yes, Shekhar, Risomal is reduced osmolarity. Very good. Okay, chalo, batao isme, let's start the poll. And don't get this right, don't get this wrong. Do not have fear of biostats. So I'm starting the poll. Okay, start giving me your answers, please. What is rejection of true null hypothesis known as? Very, very important. Rejection of true null hypothesis, or rejecting a null hypothesis when it is true. Okay, so I see 70% of you have got it right. ये हर एग्जाम में आता है. टाइप 1, टाइप 2 एरर, जिपमर हो, एम्स पीजीआई हो, नीट हो, एफएमजी हो, कोई भी एग्जाम हो, एवरी एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन आता है. ठीक है? गुड मॉर्निंग अर्जुन एंड सार्थ. सो यू जॉइंड एट अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टाइम, एट अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डिस्कशन. ठीक है? ऑल राइट. So rejection of type 1, rejection of true null hypothesis is known as, very correct, type 1 error. Now let us go to understanding these errors quickly. Okay, चलो, hypothesis मैंने अपने previous special classes में भी बताया है. Hypothesis क्या होता है? An assumption, ठीक है, yet to be verified. Okay, all right. Which study design helps us formulate a hypothesis? Put in the comment section. Another MCQ question. Which study design helps us to formulate a hypothesis? Put in the comment section below, guys, your answer. Which study design? Observational में कौन सा, guys? Formulate करना है. Descriptive. Very good. Descriptive study design simply describes your disease or your entity in terms of time, place and person. अभी उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं पता है, तो एक hypothesis formulate करने के लिए we have a descriptive study design. I'll put it here since I'm talking about it. Okay, these are MCQ questions. You formulate a hypothesis with the help of descriptive study design. ठीक है? Then you test your hypothesis with the help of analytical study designs, where you have a comparison group, जैसे case control and cohort, and you verify your hypothesis with the help of interventional study designs or experimental study designs, जहाँ पे आपको intervention देते हो, like clinical trials, vaccine trials, preventive trials. Is this clear to you? Is this MCQ you'll be able to answer? Give me a thumbs up. Which study design helps you helps you formulate a hypothesis, test the hypothesis and verify? ऐसे ही पढ़ते हैं. ठीक है? जब हम कोई MCQ कर रहे हैं, if you find another word, think कि इसमें कुछ पूछेंगे तो क्या पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है? तो चलो, अब quickly let us understand these types of errors. Okay, so types of errors understand करने के लिए, suppose मेरा research study is I want to compare two drugs. ठीक है? एक existing drug है in the market में, and I want to, anybody who has a doubt can put in the comment section below. ठीक है? So there are two drugs. Okay, I have made a new drug. Yes, Sarang, any doubt, please put in the comment section below. ठीक है? I have a new drug. I want to launch my drug. ठीक है? So मेरे को दो drugs compare करना है. So I formulate a null hypothesis which says there is no difference between two drugs A and B in the treatment of a disease. Okay? my alternate hypothesis says there will always be an alternate hypothesis which will say that the drug I have made or the new drug is better than old drug. Is it clear so far? Sarang, Pawan, any question? Put in the comment section below. Abhi aapko ye question samajh mein aaya? Okay, to understand the concept of types of error, we have, yes, that will be the aim. Hypothesis, जो भी मैंने मार्केट में अपना ड्रग लॉन्च करना है, either that will be in reality, either that will be better than the existing drug or it will not be better than the existing drug. So before doing my trial, I formulate a question, I formulate a null hypothesis that there is no difference between the two drugs in treatment of a disease. Okay, and my alternate hypothesis is that new drug is better than old drug. इस चीज को करने में I will be encountering certain errors. Okay, yes, I'll make you understand that. Now let us see how it goes. Okay, so again let us try and understand by a 2x2 table. ठीक है, so reality में जो मेरा null hypothesis है H naught, मेरा null hypothesis यहाँ पे क्या है, that there is no difference between the two drugs in treatment of a disease. ठीक है, so in reality, which is H naught, my null hypothesis will either be true or will either be false. Are you with me so far? ठीक है, are you with me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so in reality या तो null hypothesis true होगा या null hypothesis false होगा. ठीक है, मैंने clinical trial किया based on result of my trial, of my clinical trial, either this null hypothesis will be rejected or it will be accepted, isn't it? Do you get this now? Reality mein there are two things, either my null hypothesis is true or my null hypothesis is false, and based on the reality of my clinical trial ya to main null hypothesis reject karungi ya main null hypothesis ko accept karungi. This is a difficult topic, that is why I need to spend a little time to understand it. Samajh mein aaya so far? Okay, now if in reality my null hypothesis is true but I reject it, I commit what is known as a type 1 error. ठीक है, null hypothesis मेरा true था, मतलब there is no difference between the two drugs, but मैंने based on the result of my clinical trial I rejected the concept and I have launched my drug in the market which is not better than the already existing drug. Now do you get it? That is a type 1 error. Okay, now is it clear to you? Okay, now come here. In reality my null hypothesis is false, ठीक है, but I have accepted it. Okay, that constitutes what is known as a type 2 error. मतलब reality में मेरा null hypothesis is false. That means there is a difference between the two drugs. My drug is better than the previous drug, but मैंने उस चीज को accept नहीं किया, ठीक है, and I did not launch my new drug in the market. Already there is a drug, my drug was better, but I did not launch it. Okay, so that is the type 2 error. And in reality, yes, in reality, null hypothesis is false, and based on the result of my clinical trial also, I have rejected it, so that is no error. Okay, in reality, my null hypothesis is true, and based on the result of a clinical trial, I have accepted it. It is no error. Now, do you get it? Okay, Srijana and Bhumi, any doubt? Tell me. I'll tell you once again. देखो, type 1 error क्या होता है? Null hypothesis is true, okay, but we have rejected it. That means actually there is no difference between the two drugs, but I rejected that based on the result of my clinical trial and I launched my drug in the market. Okay, type 2 error क्या होता है? Null hypothesis is false, ठीक है, but I accepted it कि actually my new drug is better than the old drug, but मैंने उस fact को accept नहीं किया और मैंने अपना new drug market में launch नहीं किया. ठीक है, now once you'll be able to answer this question, tell me which type of error do you think is going to be a more serious error? Give me your polls, mark your polls. Which type of error is a more serious error? Is it a type 1 error? Is it a type 1 error? सोचो क्या है? नल हाइपोथेसिस इज ट्रू बट मैंने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, मैंने दोनों ड्रग के बीच कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, बट मैंने उस चीज को रिजेक्ट करते हुए जो मेरा नया ड्रग है उसको मार्केट में लॉन्च कर दिया जिसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. सो ऑब्वियसली दिस इज अ मोर serious type of error. Now do you get it? So type 1 error is a more serious type of error. Okay, do you understand it? Type 2 error में क्या हुआ कि null hypothesis is false, मैंने accept कर लिया, ठीक है, मेरा new drug is better than an older drug which is there in the market, but based on my clinical trial I rejected that fact और मैंने अपने नए ड्रग को जो कि अच्छा ड्रग था मार्केट में लॉन्च नहीं किया. It is not that big a offense because already an existing, say, paracetamol for fever exists in the market. Now do you get it? All right, so which type of error is more serious? It is type 1 error. Let me show you a slide, you will understand it. Dekho, type 1 error is null hypothesis true but rejected. Give me a thumbs up if you've understood this. Null hypothesis is true but rejected. Good. टाइप 2 एरर क्या है? नल हाइपोथेसिस फॉल्स है बट एक्सेप्टेड. फॉल्स बट एक्सेप्टेड मतलब दोनों ड्रग के बीच डिफरेंस है, ठीक है, बट मैंने उस चीज को रिजेक्ट कर दिया या मैंने इस चीज को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि दोनों के बीच कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, ठीक है. थर्ड क्वेश्चन दैट यू आंसर्ड, व्हिच एरर इज मोर सीरियस? इट इज अ टाइप 1 एरर. All right, very good, Leela Krishna. Now, give me the answer to the next question. Which error indicates a false positive trial? Is it a type 1 error? If I give you the options here, very good, very good. Arjun, Rahul, Nagaraj, Mahek, Mudita, excellent. False positive मतलब क्या हो गया? It's simple, is a type 1 error और false negative मतलब it's a type 2 error. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया कि टाइप 1 एरर एंड टाइप 2 एरर क्या है? फॉल्स पॉजिटिव कैसे हमने बोला? नल, टाइप 1 एरर क्या था? नल हाइपोथेसिस ट्रू बट रिजेक्टेड, ठीक है, दैट मींस कोई डिफरेंस नहीं था दोनों ड्रग में, ठीक है, बट हमने उस चीज को रिजेक्ट कर दिया तो हमने उसको क्या बना दिया? अ फॉल्स पॉजिटिव ट्रायल. Is it clear everybody? Okay, and false negative is type 2 error. Okay. All right, so this we've done. Which error indicates a false positive error? So do you want me to do the poll once again? Let's do the poll. Start polling. Which type of error indicates a false positive trial? We've already discussed it, so everybody should get it right. 85% have got it right, almost 90%. Yes, it's a type 1 error. कोई difference दोनों ड्रग में नहीं है, बट मैं उसको दिखा रही हूं ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द रिजल्ट ऑफ माय क्लिनिकल ट्रायल दैट अ डिफरेंस एग्जिस्ट्स. ओके, दैट मींस इट्स अ फॉल्स पॉजिटिव ट्रायल. If those who are putting icon or thinking icon, please ask me question if you do not understand. Bharat, okay, Anu, thank you so much. I hope you've understood the topic. You've understood the question कि इसमें कैसे आंसर करना है, ठीक है. So false पॉजिटिव ट्रायल हो गया, सॉरी टाइप 1 एरर. चलो, ओके, नेक्स्ट. Okay, very important. Since we are doing this topic of type 1, type 2 error, question देखो. What could be the possible values of P in a research study? P value पूछ रही हूँ मैं यहाँ पे, ठीक है. These are the toughest topics of biostats which I'm trying to explain you, जो कि आता ही है एग्जाम में. All right. So now first do a poll, then I will make you understand this. ठीक है. चलो, okay. The question says, what could be the possible p values in a research study? आपको possible क्या p values मिल सकते हैं in a research study? सोच के करो. Less than 50% have got it correct so far. What could be the possible values of p या p value के possible values क्या हो सकती हैं in a research study? ठीक है, 34%. चलो, should we go to the explanation? Is it okay with every? No problem, Arjun. अभी आप समझ जाओगे, questions ऐसे ही आते हैं, little confusing. Okay, all right. So Shikha, Swetaleen, Harshita have so far scored the maximum, 7 out of 9. Very good. चलो, now let us try to understand this. देखो, p values in a research study can take any of the above value. ठीक है, अगर प्रबोध कोई स्टडी कर रहा है, उसका पी वैल्यू कुड बी एनी वैल्यू, it could be less than alpha, equal to alpha, or more than alpha. If I am doing a study, it can be less than alpha, more than alpha, equal to alpha. What you need to understand is what is this p value and what is this alpha. Okay, so I'll quickly make you understand that what is p value, what is level of alpha, level of significance. Okay, p value is nothing but, please pay attention, these are toughest topics of biostats. Probability of, very good Arjun, probability of committing a type 1 error. ठीक है, मतलब मैं कितना प्रोबेबिलिटी अलाउ कर रही हूं, और या मैं कितना अलाउ कर रही हूँ वैल्यू ऑफ द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ कमिटिंग अ टाइप 1 एरर. अगर मैं 100 बार एक स्टडी को कर रही हूँ, तो मैं टाइप 1 एरर कमिट करने का कितनी बार अलाउ कर रही हूँ. हाउ मेनी टाइम्स डू आई एम अलाउ type 1 error to be conducted, to be committed in a research study. If I do my study 100 times, that is what is p value. ठीक है, वो जो probability है, ठीक है, और that cut off value है, that is alpha level of significance. Okay, that is alpha level of significance. Okay, alpha denotes the maximum, please pay attention, read carefully what I am writing. Maximum threshold kitna hai of committing a type 1 error. Do you now understand this? This maximum threshold jo maine rakha hai or researchers have kept conventionally is how much? It is 5% और 0.05. अब समझ में आया तुमको? Ideally it is less than 0.05. Now do you get it? The probability of committing a type 1 error is given by p value. ठीक है, and the maximum threshold जो हमने सेट किया है of committing that type 1 error is 5% or less than 0.05. Do you understand? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. Read these slides that I have written for you people. P value is the probability of rejecting a null hypothesis when it is true. ठीक है, कि कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, मैंने अपने क्लिनिकल ट्रायल के रिजल्ट, बेस्ड ऑन द रिजल्ट ऑफ माय क्लिनिकल ट्रायल, आई रिजेक्टेड इट. ठीक है, so p value denotes how much is the probability of conducting a type 1 error. This is a potential and a very solid MCQ जो questions में आता ही है. So p value indicates the probability of option A committing a type 1 error, option B committing a type 2 error, option 3 committing both the errors, option D none of the above. So p value denotes the probability of conducting a type 1 error. Is it clear? ठीक है, next line पढ़ो. Alpha level of significance is maximum permissible limit or maximum threshold of type 1 error. ठीक है, maximum threshold कितना है of type 1 error, or in other words, what is the cutoff that is set for rejecting the null hypothesis when it is true is 5%. एक स्टडी को 100 बार करोगे तो 5% बार ही आप ये गलती कर सकते हो. ठीक है, अगर आपने 5% से ज्यादा ये गलती करी, आपकी रिजल्ट वैलिड नहीं है. नाउ डू यू अंडरस्टैंड इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज? नाउ डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? गिव मी अ थम्स अप इफ यू अंडरस्टूड दिस सिंपल लैंग्वेज वाला कॉन्सेप्ट. चलो यहाँ पे देखो, ग्लोबली एक्सेप्टेड लेवल इज 5%. At 5% level of significance, the probability of type 1 error is 5 out of 100 times. Or in other words, क्या हो जाएगा? The chance of making correct decision is 95 times out of 100. समझ में आ गया? समझ में आ गया? 500 बारी अगर कोई स्टडी करेगा, 5 बारी वो ये गलती करेगा, और 95 बार या 95 times he will be giving the correct decision. If you commit this if you commit this error more than 5%, your results are invalid. Now do you understand the basic concept of p value and alpha level of significance? Toughest topics hai, try to get them in your head because ye aata hai. ठीक है, now let's read a few other statements. Smaller the p value, more is the evidence against rejecting the null hypothesis. अगर मेरा p value is 0.03, that means out of 100 times I'm telling, wait, Nagaraj, देखो, p value is probability of committing a type 1 error. ठीक है? That p value research में 5% भी हो सकता है, 7% भी हो सकता है, 10% भी आ सकता है, depending on the research that you are doing. But ideally, we want that the cutoff that has been set for committing a p-value, committing a type 1 error is given by alpha value, which is 5%. But मेरे research study में मेरा p-value 7% भी आ सकता है, 0.07. मेरा p-value उससे भी ज्यादा आ सकता है. समझ में आ रहा है? जो कट ऑफ सेट किया गया है कि 5% तक आप टाइप 1 एरर कर सकते हो, दैट इज अल्फा. बट स्टडी डिजाइन में पी वैल्यू तुम देखोगे 0.123 भी होता है, पी वैल्यू 0.234 भी होता है. ठीक है? सो p value could take any values. It could, in a research study, it can be more than alpha also, it can be less than alpha also, it can be equal to alpha also. Now do you get it? Give me a thumbs up if you've understood this point. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you've understood this point. जितना ज्यादा p value मेरे study में आता है ना, it means more is the chance of committing the type 1 error. That means it automatically means that my results are not accurate. But if p value is less than 0.05, it means that results are statistically significant. मैंने type 1 error सिर्फ 4 बारी किया 100 बारी में, मैंने सिर्फ 2 बारी किया. समझ में आया? अभी देखो, एक गोल्डन पॉइंट्स, द टेक होम पॉइंट्स आर p can take all possible value in an epidemiological study. दीक्षंत करेगा, उसका p वैल्यू 0.123 आ सकता है, शिखा करेगी, उसका p वैल्यू 0.02 आ सकता है, मैं करूंगी, मेरी p वैल्यू कैन कम टू 0.07. so we can have, and all of us are doing prevalence of smoking among university students. Okay, are you getting it? Error could come less, equal to, or more than the permissible error. Permissible error is alpha. Please don't get confused. P value and alpha are not the same. ठीक है? Permissible error is alpha level of significance which has been set at 5%. The 5% से जितना कम उतना better. If it is 3%, even better. ठीक है? So actually, what do we desire in our study? Actually, it is desired in our study that our error should be less than alpha. Tab we say that results are statistically significant and acceptable by everyone. Okay? If we have more p-values, then there are more the p-values, chances of making a type 1 error increases and chances of making correct decision decreases. समझ में आया? Now do you get it? Give me a thumbs up if you got this concept of p value. P value is probability of committing a type 1 error. अल्फा इज द कट ऑफ जो सेट हुआ है कि भाई तुम 5% ही एरर अलाउ कर सकते हो, इससे ज्यादा नहीं कर सकते हो. बट मैं स्टडी करूंगी तो मेरा एरर 10% भी आ सकता है, मेरा एरर 3% भी आ सकता है. सो p वैल्यू कैन टेक एनी वैल्यू व्हिच कुड बी मोर देन अल्फा, इक्वल टू अल्फा और लेस देन अल्फा. डू यू गेट इट? डू यू गेट इट? Now, if you've got it, ये देख लो, which means if you can keep p value less than 5% or less than 0.05, the probability of type 1 error is below maximum permissible level of 5%. It means the results will be called as significant. Now, do you get this? Now, do you get this? Very important. If you've got this, you will be able to answer this next question. Chalo, ठीक है? Are you ready for the poll? All right. The following p-values were obtained by researchers while conducting a drug trial. Which p-value, ध्यान से पढ़ना, which p-value represents the most accurate result? चलो, start marking your answers. Which p-value represents the most accurate result? 4 researcher ने किया है. Very good, awesome. More than 80% have got it correctly. That means you've understood. किसी एक researcher ने किया है जिसके स्टडी में p वैल्यू आया 0.07. ठीक है? किसी एक ने किया जिसके स्टडी में p वैल्यू आया 0.03. किसी एक ने किया जिसकी स्टडी में p वैल्यू आया 0.05 एंड किसी ने किया जिसकी स्टडी में 0.04 आया. ऑल राइट, ओके. सो which represents the most accurate result. Almost 75% have got it right, which is a good thing. This one, why does this represent? देखो मैंने तुमको क्या बोला, p value less than 0.05 is what we ideally expect. ठीक है, हमारी स्टडी में p वैल्यू लेस देन 0.05 होना चाहिए, देन वी कैन से आवर रिजल्ट्स आर स्टैटिस्टिकली सिग्निफिकेंट. अभी पहले वाले रिसर्चर में क्या आया है, p is 0.07, इसमें तो 7% प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ टाइप 1 एरर हो गया, ही इज आउट ऑफ द रेस. ओके, कम टू दिस p वैल्यू, द थर्ड रिसर्चर, इसमें कितना आया है, 0.05. ओके, सो ही इज एट द बॉर्डर लाइन. ओके, for the result to be significant, your p value should be less than 0.05. D वाले को देखो, चौथे रिसर्चर को देखो, इसका कितना आया है, 0.04. he is a little better. ठीक है, इसके में सिर्फ 4% प्रोबेबिलिटी है टाइप 1 एरर की. बट लुक एट द रिसर्चर B, इसमें p वैल्यू कितना आया है, 0.03. This has the maximum potential, this person has the maximum potential, ये ठोक के बोल सकता है that my result is significant. All right, because he in his study the chance of committing a type 1 error is only 3%. Now do you understand it? Guys, we're running out of time. Give me a thumbs up if you understand this concept of p value. मैंने तुम्हें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज पढ़ाई है. ग्रेट, थैंक यू सो मच. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज पढ़ाई है, टाइप of errors, which is very very important to have a concept of that. कोई भी एग्जाम हो, FMG से लेके नीट PG से लेके एम से लेके जिपमर से लेके DNB से लेके कोई भी एग्जाम हो, types of errors will definitely come as a question. P value और alpha, one of the questions that students ask me very often, मैम p value क्या होता है, alpha क्या होता है, दिमाग खराब हो गया. तो please remember, p value is the probability of type 1 error. Alpha is the cutoff, जितना हमने अलाउ किया है वो टाइप 1 एरर कमिट करने का. बट एक स्टडी में मेरा p वैल्यू उस अलाउएबल एरर से या उस अल्फा से ज्यादा भी आ सकता है, इक्वल टू भी आ सकता है, कम भी आ सकता है. थैंक यू शिका, समझ में आया एवरीबडी? ओके, ऑलराइट. So we have other important questions to discuss. So hopefully, thank you Nitin for checking out my YouTube channel. Now I'm teaching on Unacademy. I'm happy to join, and I have put out a slide before that. I just want to show all of you once. Yes. This is the slide. You can find me on Unacademy Educator platform. Go subscribe to me there also. I will keep putting up a lot of PDFs. Okay, I'm not there on Telegram, guys, but I'm there on Instagram. I have more than 17,000 followers. You can catch me on Instagram. I will soon start my Telegram link also. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे my batches that are running our MCQ marathon for FMG, we are still left with 4 days to go. So you can use this link, subscribe to me, use my code Dr. Neha 10. You will get a 10% off also. All those who want to actually come subscribe to my this MCQ marathon, इस पे आ सकते हो. Capsule course I'm starting on PSM from 25th of June. क्रैश कोर्स है, 3 महीने का है. We'll cover entire PSM with the help of MCQs, basic building, everything. Use my code Dr. Neha to get again 10% off. और Unacademy के YouTube के बेल को क्लिक करो, लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो प्लीज. एंड ऑल्सो Unacademy के टेलीग्राम क्लिक को लिंक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो. Sure Mudita, I will hold much sessions. So tomorrow morning, hopefully I'll catch you, all of you, again at 10 a.m. If not tomorrow, we'll be scheduling it for day after tomorrow at 10 a.m. Is 10 a.m. time okay for you, or should we shift it to 11 a.m.? 10 a.m. is a little okay for me because I have my office work as well. But if not, we can keep it at 10 a.m. Okay, 10 a.m. is perfect. Great, great. Thank you so much. Please log on to Unacademy, put your comments there as well, so that I get access to more classes for you. It would be really helpful for you, also for me. Boosts my confidence. Okay, thank you so much. कोई भी topic है comment section में डाल दो, कल हम उसके MCQs देख सकते हैं. Tomorrow I have a lot of important topics lined up जो अभी रह गए थे. ठीक है. If you have any special topic, comment में डाल दो and I'll try to cover that with the help of MCQs. Hope today's class was okay for you. Give me a thumbs up if it was good for you. So we'll keep learning this way. ठीक है. Put your comments on the N-Educator. Thank you, Shika, on the Uneducator app also. Unacademy में educate मेरे प्रोफाइल में जाके डालो so that I can take more of your classes and मिलते हैं फिर. ठीक है. बी सेफ, बी हैप्पी. रिवाइज बायोस्टैट्स एमसीक्यूज टुडे ओनली. कल हम एक और बायोस्टैट की करेंगे. टाइप्स ऑफ स्केल, ग्राफ्स, ठीक है, क्वांटिटेटिव, क्वालिटेटिव, ये सब बहुत पूछते हैं. ठीक है. ओके, सो बी सेफ, बी हैप्पी. Yes, we'll do all these scales tomorrow and stay blessed. Thank you. Bye. Take care, all of you. Yes, health programs also. Do keep joining me. Don't forget to log in. ठीक है. Code Shikha might share. I'll also come on Telegram soon. Like, comment, subscribe to Unacademy. Okay. Bye. Take care.